Hi guys, welcome back to another video. So today I'm going to talk about a subject which some might find boring, but it's a necessity and it's one we all hate. When do you know when to clean your canister filter, your FX6 filter in my instance? How do you know? Is it a set time? Is there something on the filter that tells you? No. And I'll show you the way I know exactly every time when is the optimum time to clean my canister filter out. Also, some amazingly exciting news that I will tell you in the video. Let's jump in. So let's do a brief recap on this tank. This is my 6-foot custom made aquarium. These are the house plants we've got in it. Peace Lily growing amazingly. Other Peace Lily. Monstera. Not only did we have this new leaf, we've also got this new leaf coming. Pothos doing amazing. Fish also doing very, very well. As you can see, signal barb's doing amazingly. Clown loach are getting nice and big. The Oscars are getting a little bit too big. And so is that Oscar. So we're running currently on this setup, one FX6 there, one FX6 there. So like I said, how do we know when they need changing? If we could see up the top there, this FX6 is running on a spray bar. So we can see the output there is pretty good. You can also see it on there as well. The rest of the spray bar goes there, looking nice. Now, look at this one over here. It's hard to see. The output on this outlet here has slowed right down to just a trickle, barely breaking the surface where it used to break it a lot more. So, in my opinion, this is when we know we need to change the filters. Now, I do have the added advantage that I've got 2 of them. So I will definitely always make sure if I've done one, I'll wait a few months before I do the other. So the bacteria is never affected. And to be fair, most of the bacteria in this tank is on the structures in the substrate and probably in the roots of the plants with the clay balls as well. So that's how I tell when my filters need doing. Then we go on to the next bit, the way that I clean the filters to make as least disruption as possible to the good bacteria and the quickest way, hopefully. Because it takes 10-15 minutes, but who's really got the time to do it weekly, monthly? So it's good to have an indication of when we need to do it. So let's get on to that. So here's our FX6. Now I've got these controlled by Wi-Fi timers, but it's also plugged in as well. So the first thing we're going to do on this one is unplug it. Now, as you can see, we've got a tap here on the inlet and outlet. We're going to turn them off, like so. So they're now in the off position. We're going to grab a towel, and on the side, I could just turn it around there. This red button here, we're going to push that in and pull up. We're going to do it with the towel in our hand because there will be some excess water that will come out, and we'll grab that with the towel. So we're going to push and then lift up with putting that underneath. There's not going to be too much dripping out of it. Give it a little dry. And then we're going to do the same on the other one. There we go. And that's both of them emptied. Now, it is worth noting that these FX6 are pretty heavy when full. So if you're going to find it too heavy, get someone else to give you a hand. Right, we're going to take this outside now and I'm going to show you how to clean them. So here's a filter. We're just going to tip that water into a bucket. There's a good reason why we're doing that. I'll show you why in a minute. We're going to undo these little tags. I'm doing one at a time, or 2 at a time. Poke them down. Okay, take the lid off. So, as you can see, quite mucky in there. Interesting, I don't know if you can see that, little snails. Now they definitely don't survive in the tank with the clown loach. So, it's interesting they're in there. So what we're going to do, just going to take the sponges out. the whole thing out. Put that over there. So the sponges, I'm not worried about, we're just going to clean them, put them to one side. Now, this is the media that I saved the warm water from the tank for. That's going to go in there. And that's where most of our, or enough of our beneficial bacteria is. We'll put that in there too. And just sling these to one side. And the bottom tray. Right, so that's them done. We're just going to mix this media up, give it a good mix around. We'll leave that in the nice warm water. First thing we're going to do is tip out. Make sure your plug doesn't get wet. Tip that out. There we go. So you can see in there all the snails at the bottom. Like I say, interesting because they don't actually survive in the tank because the clown roach will eat them up. So all we're going to do with this bit, grab our hose pipe, and keep rinsing it for a bit. It's a good idea to go down this hole of the FX6 because down there at the bottom is where all the sand and muck gets caught in the motor. So the better we clean that out, the better it will be for the motor. So we're just going to do this a few times. That's good enough for that. Pop that to one side. Now all we're going to do with these sponges is again wash them with the hose pipe. I'm not worried about chlorine in my hose pipe. Enough bacteria will survive in my tank and in the biological media we've saved in the bucket. So we're just going to do the same thing. All of these, this is probably the most time consuming job. So I will speed this up. And then the last one. For these trays, just going to give them a rinse out. Then with the lid, just a nice rinse, spray through there. Generally doesn't get too gunky. Through the other side. And then that's all the cleaning part done. So now we've done the cleaning part, let's rebuild the media trays. First one, we'll have a sponge in the bottom. Red tray with some media. Don't stack it too high because these lips here are where it needs to settle. Sponges, one there, one there. Next tray, again only up to the lines there. The next red tray is going on top. Check that fits, perfect. Rest of this media on top. Two more sponges. Last tray, the sponge on the top. You can put whatever media you'd like in here. Some people will put activated carbon in the bottom. Less biological media, more mechanical, less mechanical, chemical. It's really up to you. I use this one mainly to mechanically filter the tank. 2 red rods, make sure they go where the curves are in the bottom, push in, line it up with this tube here, put it in, let it locate itself, then the lid on that side, push it on. Now with these clips, when you do them up, I like to do opposites and tighten them at the same time. Only doing them finger tight, otherwise you'll bend the plastic and the O-ring will leak. So then once you've done that, go around again, twist to the same tension, and that's that filter done for now. So we'll head back inside, we'll dry it off a little bit, head back inside, and I'll show you the difference it makes. So we're back inside. Just going to give it a quick wipe down any excess water. That took us about 15 minutes, I think. Not much longer than that for sure. It is a bit of a pain. Now you'll see in here I've got a cushion and rubber. Although these supposedly run silent, in this alcove I've got mine. It vibrates and I can hear the noise, so I put that on mine. Some people will need it, some won't. Some won't even hear the noise, but noises particularly bother me, so that's what I've done. So I try and put it back roughly in the same position we had it. Line it up with those marks. I don't think it's anything like how we had it, but so then we're going to connect the back one first and then the front one. All we're going to do is just push that on until it makes a little click. Right, now this is the pretty important part. This is going to fill up, so do not plug it back in, do not turn it on. We're going to open the inlet first. You can hear that filling up. Now we're going to open the outlet, and you can see that up there. That's all the air coming out while it's filling back up. You do get some debris coming out. It's not too much of an issue. You'll also notice the water level on the tank will drop, so we will do a top up. Normally I do a water change with this, but I've already done the water change, and you can coincide it with topping it up, which is quite nice. So that's nearly there. Hopefully it stops soon. There we are, so that's stopped. So what we're going to do now, we're going to plug it back in. There we go. So that filter's back on. As you can see, made a bit of a mess of the tank. That'll clean up in no time. I'm going to do the water top up before I show you the improvement on the flow. So let me top that up and I'll come straight back to you. That's all topped up. Put a little bit of dechlorinator in there. Didn't really need it. Tiny amount. 3% of a water change is completely fine, in my opinion. So let's take a look at the differences made in the flow. As you can see, the water's very murky, but that will clear up. I don't know if you can really see that there. There's a fish in the way. Come on. Beautiful Severn, that one. There we go. You can see it's breaking the water surface a lot better. Let me open the little hatch, see if we can see it through there better. There we go. You can see it's over here, it's actually bubbling now. It's a lot better than it was, and that won't need doing again for probably another 3-4 months, which is ideal. Like I said, I do have 2 of them running, so I have the luxury of not having to worry about the bacteria so much, and the other one, as we showed earlier, is running fine at the moment with the spray bars. Okay, with that bit done, let's move on to the exciting news, or hopefully exciting news, that I want to share with you and get your opinions on, because actually I'm pretty stuck. I don't know what to do with a lot of it, so let's go and have a look. Okay, So here we are. Bit messy in here. Oh, we had some more quails, by the way. Lots more baby quails. I'll put a little video of one hatching somewhere around here. There's a nano tank we did not so long ago. Doing absolutely amazing, by the way. See, the plants are growing nicely. We'll look at that properly another day. So this is the area, and can you guess what we're going to do in there? So I've got permission off the wife. We're going to build, hopefully, an indoor pond with the idea of going from this wall to this wall, which is just about 8 foot, and then we can come out maybe 4 foot from the wall. Let me flip you around. So there we go. If you imagine that whole space, the chair will move back, this sideboard will go. Now, I'm unsure what to do filtration wise, how to heat it. I don't really want to heat the whole room. The idea is we build a wooden frame, maybe get a box liner, or maybe fiberglass it. Filter possibly sitting up on the side of the pond there, gravity fed in. And I did wonder whether we could put like a window going here that shuts, heat this little area here, coat the top, the ceiling, the sides, waterproof it so the humidity goes back in, grow some lovely house plants at the back, possibly even put like a little enclosure in there for a lizard or something. I'm possibly getting ahead of myself there. You can tell I'm genuinely excited about this, and the possibilities are endless. I don't know what to do. Do I go saltwater? Probably not. I don't want the hassle with the RO. My first thought is monster fish, red-tailed catfish maybe, arowana maybe, possibly a diamondback grey. I've got lots of options. Put the Oscars in here, change the tank in the front room to African cichlids, or make this a giant African cichlid pond. Make this a planted pond. I don't know. It's going to take some time. I've got to save, get some money, but hopefully this year at some point, and all things going well. So please, guys, comment down below. Let me know your ideas. What would you like to see me put in this pond? And what are your ideas for heating, filtration, lighting? Because I need help. I actually need help. My wife says I need help all the time. So with that being said, please like, please comment down below your ideas, hit the bell notification so you're updated when I do it. I'll obviously label the video pond build. And yeah, and please subscribe. 95% you aren't subscribed. I'd love it if you could subscribe now. Bing, press that button. Absolutely amazing. And until the next one, take care.